What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Letitia and this is That's So Letitia. And thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I first and foremost have to start off by acknowledging my subbies. You guys have been absolutely amazing, super supportive, and very much so vocal in my comments lately. I definitely appreciate you. You guys are the reason that I am here. I noticed that I recently reached a milestone that I honestly felt like this channel would not reach, which is I got over 300 subscribers, 300 supporters. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel and interacting with my content, leaving me your suggestions, your comments, giving me great feedback. I appreciate it all. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So first and foremost, I already did my skincare. Moisturizer that I used is by Sunday Riley. It is called Ice. If you guys are not yet familiar, I suggest you get familiar. It's an amazing moisturizer. But now that that moisturizer is on, I'm going to apply my base, which is by Huda Beauty. This is their pre-makeup complexion base. I've been using it for quite a while. I love it. It doesn't leave my skin oily. It doesn't leave any sort of residue. It almost goes on like a blur cream, so it kind of helps to get those imperfections at bay really before you even get started with your makeup. And now that I have the base on, my foundation, y'all gotta forgive me, please. I think I lost the top to this one. It's because I use it so much. This is by Uoma Beauty. This is their Flawless in Real Life foundation. My shade is Brown Sugar T3. I'm going to apply using the NYX Cosmetic foundation brush. I'm just going to grab my mirror. So this is the part of the tutorial that I usually like speed up a little bit just to save time. And then I know you know, some people don't necessarily like a complete step-by-step 1, 2, 3 type of tutorial video, especially, you know, with certain YouTubers, small channels. So it's like, okay, which I've even had my comments before. They're like, can you not talk, just get to the makeup? Like, ew, why are you here then? So yeah, this is the step, like I said, I usually speed up or leave out altogether. But this foundation, it goes on so thin. I mean, you can barely even tell that you have on foundation because it blends in very well. It's an extremely thin formula. So it mimics your skin. It just gives more of a radiant, blemish-free complexion. After I've applied the foundation, I usually go in with the wider portion of a damp beauty sponge, and without any additional product on it, I just kind of blot in a little bit more the foundation in case there's like any spots that were missed or any spots that were not blended in evenly. This kind of helps to get rid of those bits of imperfection in my foundation application. We're gonna go in with our concealer. late nights, early morning. So I'm going to be using, this is by Marc Jacobs. This is called Extra Shot, which is a combination of foundation and concealer all in one, which I still find interesting. And the shade that I use is Deep 410. So I'm just going to go in and put a little bit under my eye area. One reason that it's called Extra Shot is because this has caffeine in it, and caffeine is really instrumental when it is used in certain beauty products of removing any sort of puffiness, definitely in this case from my under eye area. It does help, so yeah. And that literally just goes under the eye area for puffiness. And then I'm gonna follow up using Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer. And the shade I use in this one is number 20. And just kind of apply that underneath the Extra Shot. Now that our brows are set, I am going to move on to getting this concealer blended in. First brush I will be using is by Sephora. This originally started out as a foundation brush, but it's so small and dense that I use it for blending out my concealer. I believe this one is number 56. So I'm just going to begin blending it in. Is pretty much it for blending in the concealer. And next to set, I use Flower Powder by Bakierie, and this one is in the shade Chestnut or Almond. I'm going to use that same damp beauty sponge, but this time I'm going to use the more narrow tip. Just dab it into the powder. And begin to set all the areas that I applied the concealer on. Also, to set the rest of my face and just have everything kind of blend seamlessly, I use by Too Faced. This is their Born This Way multi-use complexion powder, and I use it in my Born This Way foundation shade, which is Chai. This is what it looks like. I just use another Sephora brush. This is 55, and I just lightly go in to the powder, dust off any excess remnants, and just kind of go across my entire face. And to put a little bit more dimension back into my face and add some of those shadows back, I will be using Paradise Glow by Revolution Beauty or Makeup Revolution. And this is their collab face palette that they did with Tammi a while back. So I'm going to be using both Bronzed Goddess and Contoured Cutie. I will be applying that using my bronzer brush, and this one is so pigmented, like you literally only use a little. And I'm just whisking that onto my face because I don't want to use a heavy hand with this product. And to kind of contour my nose a tad bit, I will be using a Morphe E62 contoured shaped brush. And I'm going to apply a little bit of Contoured Cutie to my nose. I'm going to apply a bit of setting spray. This is by Hourglass. This is their Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. And when they mean Veil, it's a very light setting spray. We're gonna move on and now do our eyeshadow. The eyeshadow palette that I will be using for today's look is by Juvia's Place. This is their the Festival by Juvia's palette. This is the one that I received in my Halloween surprise or mystery box. And these are the shades that we have to work with. So as always, I am going to be applying a bit of NYX Eyeshadow Primer in the shade Skin Tone all over. With a very light hand, I'm going to be using this shade here. And I will be applying that using a Morphe 504 brush. We're going to use this one pretty much as our base shade or our transition shade. And I'm just going to apply that to the entire eye area. Okay guys, and then next I'm going to take this yellow here and using the same Morphe 504, I'm going to start blending that into my crease area using windshield wiper motions. We're going to do the same to the other eye as well. Using a Morphe M433, I'm going to be applying this orange matte shade here to the outer V portion of my eye. We're going to blend that in. We're not going to bring it all the way over to our inner tear duct, just midway. And I'm blending it upward towards the crease area. And then we're going to go back in using that same blending brush from Eco Tools with no additional product and just soften the outer perimeter of where we applied the orange. We're going to do that to this eye too. And I'm going to use a Morphe M222 brush and apply this charcoal shade here to the outer V there. And just kind of dust any of the excess off. And we're going to keep it concentrated just right in that area, but we're gonna blend it in. And then we're going to do the same with this eye as well. I'm going to use my Eco Tools blend brush. And then we're going to take this shade here, which is a shimmer shade, and applying using our finger to the inner portion eye. And we're going to do the same to the opposite eye. And for our under eye area, I'm going to use, and this is by Huda Beauty. This is, which one is this one called? Their Life Liner. And it is in extreme black. I'm going to use this one to line my waterline. What I'm now going to use is a clean Morphe E62, the same brush that we used to kind of contour our nose with earlier. We're going to use that same brush because for me, it serves multiple purposes. We're going to go back into this charcoal shade here. I'm going to apply a little bit, and we're going to put that in the under eye area. Lastly, for the under eye, we're going to apply a little bit of the orange on top of the charcoal shade. And moving on to our blush, so I'm going to be dipping back into the Makeup Revolution Tammi Paradise Glow palette, since this is a face palette, and I'm going to use this kind of orange matte shade, which is called Tropical Queen, and I'm going to marry that with Bronzed Goddess, and we're going to use that as our blush. Just going to lightly swoop that across. And moving on to lips, so I'm going to first lightly line my lips with Expresso by NYX Cosmetics. And to fill this in, I will be using a liquid matte lipstick by Juvia's Place. This one I also got in the Halloween mystery box. It is in the shade, I don't want to not say this right, but it looks like it says Dudu. It's D-U-D-U, so hopefully I pronounced that right. So that is going to be our lip. As a lip topper, because this is a dark lip for me. So I'm gonna try to brighten it up just a little bit, bring a little bit of shimmer to it. And for that, what I'm gonna use as a topper is Dreamscape by Pat McGrath. It's one of her Opulust lip glosses. And let's see if I am successful, because now we're just experimenting. So let's see. Okay, I can live with it like that. All right, guys, so this is the final look. A little Halloween beat, a little Halloween soft glam, if you will. Yeah, so like if I was going out to a Halloween party and, you know, not quite into the whole Halloween thing, but still wanted to present myself as festive as I possibly can, this is something that I would go for. Pushing the envelope a little bit more on soft glam. If anything, probably would just touch up the orange in the eye area just a tad bit more to make it a little bit more bold. But I am pretty happy with how this turned out. So I hope you guys are too. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching this video. As always, everything that I used will be in the description box below. So until next time, guys, you all be well, stay safe. Thank you again for all of your support. But yeah, we will chat again soon.